everyone, welcome back to Piofiore Faded Memories, the final route. We are beginning the Secret Boy route today, which is the last route in this game. I kind of can't believe we're here at the last route. It's been a long journey, but we have made it, and I am just so beyond hyped because I feel like I'm really gonna like Mr. Secret Boy, possibly director, I'm pretty sure director. He just seems so interesting, and I've heard good things about this route. That being said, we're just jumping right into it. I am a little confused, because, you know, I've got his walkthrough pulled up so that we can get the best end, and noticing that there are several meanwhiles that I'm supposed to skip, which is interesting. Like, we've never had that before where we're supposed to skip a meanwhile, but to get the good ending. And I've looked at multiple walkthroughs. It's like, you gotta skip this one and this one. So I guess I'm gonna have to like keep the guide kind of open to see if when a meanwhile pops up, I'm supposed to skip it. Another weird thing I noticed is that a lot of these answers have to do with Gilbert. And I was like, wait, what? Why? We did his route already. I don't have anything spoiled, but I did kind of like skim through the beginning phases of a walkthrough of his route on YouTube, and it looks like there's a lot of repeat content from Gilbert's route. Like I literally saw like the picture where they're going into the casino again. I'm so confused. Like, what does that mean? We're not gonna have repeat content from Gil's route, are we? Okay, and if there is repeat content, I hope it'll allow me to skip what I've already read. But I don't know if it is repeat or not. I'm so confused. So I guess the only way to figure out what exactly this all means is to just jump right into it. I mean, I was not expecting Secret Boy route to throw me off before I even started it, but here we are. So yeah, despite my confusion, I am really excited to get started. I had another Piofiore dream. I know it's been a long time. The last time I had one, it was either the cat one, and that one did end up being prophetic because even though it was a cat monster, Dante then ended up giving us a cat. But my other two dreams, you know, are prophetic. This one, I don't think it is. I mean, it could be because it's pretty generic, but it was basically like, to start Secret Boy's route, you had to go into this abandoned building, and then the director was there and he just started chasing you around the building. It's generic enough that it could be prophetic, but I don't see it. But yeah, let's just jump into his route. As per usual, I'm gonna skip over all the stuff we've seen before, and I'll pop up when there's new dialogue, because I'm assuming we're probably gonna get a good bit of it now that it's Secret Boy time. But yeah, here we go. Oh, okay, finally, there's something new. The entire first day. So the prologue day 1, nothing. Absolutely nothing new. Finally, day 2 just started, and we've got, that's... Hello? He's already here? I need to hurry and change. That's right. I skipped over it, but she does go out and meet with him at night, and he's like, oh, can we meet again? And Lily agrees. Buongiorno, signore.
Ah, buongiorno, signorina.
Still don't know his name yet.
ずいぶん早いんだな。やはり教会は朝から忙しいのかい?
That is literally director's voice. It is. Well, yes, I usually do wake up around this time. I'm sorry, I only noticed you were here when I saw you from my window.
すまない。せかしてしまったようだ。ゆうべ、待ち合わせの時間を決めていなかったことに気づいてね。
That's true. You did not. Oh, you're right. We just said we'd meet here.
だろ。だから早めに出てきたんだ。幸い今日は用事らしい用事もなかったし。
Well, I'm glad we actually got to meet this time.
教会の裏庭でのんびり待っていれば、きっとそのうち会えるだろうと。ね、こんなに早く見つけてくれるとは思わなかったよ。ありがとう、シニョリーナ。今は大丈夫？もし時間に余裕があるなら、早速出かけたいところだけれど。
Why, yes, I don't have any morning duties today, and as long as I return by breakfast, it should be fine.
じゃあ、海沿いの通りを
What's your
歩こう
name?
か。朝の潮風は心地よいはずだ。
Why? Girl, you better ask what his name is. That sounds wonderful. I accepted his invitation as we departed the church. It's so beautiful. And what is his interest in us? Like, why does he want to, like, hang out with Lily? Mr. I want anarchy, assuming you're the director. You are the director. The morning sunlight reflected off the ocean's surface like diamonds. A soft breeze blew gently through my hair. Taking a walk in the morning feels so good. It's not very often that I leave the church outside of running errands. That could explain why everything seemed so fresh and new.
どうして教会を離れないんだい？
Well, I couldn't come up with an answer. Come to think of it, I don't think I have a real reason. I'm just a good little church girl, and I stay by the church. I suppose it's something I've grown accustomed to since childhood.
君は随分厳しく育てられたようだ。
Do you think? I can't tell myself. I have nothing to compare it to. This life is all I've known.
例えば、もしこの町にマフィアがいなければ。
Listen, that basically just confirmed you're the director. When he ended the route last time being like, I wanted to get rid of the mafia.
君はもっと自由に生きられたと思わないか？
Why do you ask? I couldn't help but respond to his unusual query with a question of my own. I didn't think how I lived would change much if the mafia weren't here.
ああ、いや、治安の問題なども理由のうちなのかと思って。
I can't even imagine what life here would be like without the mafia around.
君も小さい頃、マフィアは危険だから、アルカ地区の外に出ないようにと言われて育ったのでは？
Well, yes. I'm actually teaching the same thing to the children at the church now. Maybe that's it. Even though I'm older, that thought may still be holding me back. It's odd, considering I can do much more now that I'm an adult. Or maybe I'm just not good at enjoying my freedom to its fullest.
だから、今朝はブルローネの街並みがいつもより新鮮に見える？
And yet, Lily, you just agreed to go on a walk with this random dude whose name you still don't know. I suppose. He went silent for a minute, but then mumbled.
君はこの街が好きなのか？
Why, yes, I think it's beautiful. The streets are pretty and people here are kind. I really do love Berlone. You don't like Berlone though, right? Is there a problem?
朝日に目がくらんだ。いや、君の美しさに見惚れていたと
Oh,
言うべきか。
sir. Such flattery, Senor. What's your name?
これでも本心だよ、シニョリーナ。さて、そろそろ君を教会
Lily,
に
I
返さな
swear
け
to
れば。
God, if you do not ask what his name is.
寮から戻ってくる船も増える頃合いだ。市場も混雑し始めるだろうし。
I guess so. Something about his attitude seemed odd to me, but I couldn't bring myself to ask him what it was. Yeah, I mean, how would you ask that? Hey, something about your attitude is odd. Explain that. Why are you odd? Maybe we can meet again sometime.
君が望んでくれるなら、きっと。
And a great way to make sure that would happen is to ask his name. His words came out like a line in a play. You're not gonna ask, are you? I couldn't tell what he was really thinking. Regardless, we began our walk back to the church. Okay, as you can see, I'm still skipping, and the exact same thing as last time is happening, as the start of Gil's route. To say I'm confused is an understatement. Chapter 1. Let the good times roll. I am in fact on Secret Boy's route because I'm looking at the guide, and that is chapter 1 of his route. But so far, everything is the same. What is going on? I have to say, be clear about it again. What is happening? Well, I guess I will see you guys when something actually happens. That didn't happen in Gil's route. Wait a minute. So I checked. The first chapter of Gil's route is called Let the Good Times Roll. Also, I saved, and it showed I was on Gil's route. I'm so confused. Is it like gonna start me on Gil's route, and at some point, I'm going to shift to Secret Boy? Okay, I'm supposed to skip this. Don't do it. Keep going. Okay, I skipped the first one. Okay, skip this meanwhile. I have to skip it. I think I skipped it. Nope, skip. Wait. Nope, it's beckoning. No! That was wrong. That was wrong. I did the wrong thing. Yang, no, no, no. No. This is why I saved. Okay, now properly skip it. There we go. Okay, is this new?
先日、
This is new.
教会にてファルツォーネとラオ州が交戦した件について改めてご報告します。ラオ州に潜り込ませた者からの情報ですが、あの一件はほぼヤンの独断だったと。部下には何の連絡もなかったそうです。
It wasn't a surprise that Yang would take a risk like this. Am I director right now?
しかし、
Yeah.
確証が得られていたなら、さらに確実な手を選んだはず。であれば目的は様子見か。他組織、ファルツォーネがどう出るか。
The Falsone had no choice but to move. For Yang, even if he wasn't able to capture her, he was successful to a certain point.
教会にもそれとなく探りを入れましたが、情報を引き出せませんでした。
構いません。おそらくファルツォーネが圧力をかけているのでしょう。
は、ビスコンティの動向は予想通りです。ポール・ローウェイと軍警察については、すべてセバスティアーノ様の誘導した通りに動いているようです。
わかりました。続報があればまた知らせてください。
The paper! High-ranking mafioso under arrest. I could have just waited until you said that. Why are we playing the Laoshu theme right now? Military police lead investigations. Mussolini talks on ruling through force. High-ranking mafia also under arrest. Is that referring to the Gil thing? Fascist party moves to decimate the mafia.
そうですとも。私はあなたの政策を心より支持いたしております。全くもって同感です、シニョーレ。マフィアは消えてしかるべき。現世のチリ。
Who are you talking to?
これまで誰も手出しできなかったシチリアの連中といえど、あなたにかかればきっと。ぜひご教授願いたいものです。私もあなたの清廉潔白な手腕を見習いたい。ではまた。
Who are you talking to?
期待しているよ。
Who? What on earth? Why are you playing the Laoshu theme? Are you talking to someone Laoshu related? Is that other branch of the Laoshu? I don't know. I'm assuming I'm going back to skipping now. Okay, while I'm skipping, I noticed that there are 9 chapters in this one, just like Dante. Well, I say just like Dante, 9 chapters, but I'm really skipping through. So far, 2 chapters. Oh, this is new. I was talking at the right time. Marco's words seemed pained. Did something happen before? Marco, did something happen before?
俺がまだロベルトくらい若い頃にな、あったんだよ。ちょっと。
Things?
マフィアに保護されてた女の子が、まあ、いろいろあって死んじまった。
That's very vague.
俺は別にその子と親しかったわけじゃねえ。だが、本来普通の人間が立ち入るべきじゃねえ世界に足を踏み入れたばっかりに。
Maybe the previous key maiden?
命をなくした子がいたって事実はいつまで経っても忘れらんねえな。
Marco. What does that have to do with anything now? That like this is new dialogue in this route. I didn't know of such an incident. If Marco was around Roberto's age, maybe it was an incident that occurred before I was born.
お前に約束するよ、マルコ。彼女を悪いようにはしねってな。
信じるぞ、その子。
Okay, we're back to skipping. So since I'm technically, hey director, since I'm technically on Gil's route right now, I wonder if it's possible to like just stay on his route, or if because I picked the specific options in the common route, I'm pretty much locked into Secret Boy. Also, this definitely makes even more sense why Gil is the route you're supposed to do before Secret Boy. Because you have to go through it pretty much a second time. Oh, look at this romantic moment that's going to amount to nothing because I'm going for a secret boy. Oh, I have to skip this. Wait. Oh, no. Wait, skip? Meanwhile, story, suspicion, and timing. Which one's this? Okay, this one's fine. This one played automatically, so I'm guessing. It is fine.
おいおい、飲みすぎじゃねえか、トニーノ。ギルに叱られるぞ。
The other thing that would give away that it's fine is that it's not dialogue we've had yet.
そのギルが心配だから飲むんだよ。
One of the Visconti members sighed and hung his head.
随分と浮かない顔だ。何かあったのかい？
Oh, hello.
あんた、
最近クレタに越してきたんだ。君さえ良ければこのバールのおすすめを教えてほしい。
はあ、いいぜ。
よかった。では挨拶の代わりに今日は私におごらせてくれ。
いいのか？俺は飲むぜ。
構わないよ。その方がおごりがいがあるだろ。
Is this you trying to get info on the Visconti?
あんた分かっ
Trying
て
to
る
get
な。
close to them?
よし、おじ、酒だ酒。カンパリと白ワイン持ってきてくれ。
Oh, Nicola. The paper again. The Falzone's bosses, tastes, and wait, wait, what? Dante Falzone's Mr. Sheffield. Excuse me. Excuse me. I know this is a rumor. I know I'm on Secret Boy route, but that is my man. You cannot be doing that. Excuse you. I don't want to hear about that. Falzone bosses tastes and fetishes. Oh my god. Falzone family managing brothels in other provinces. Who's saying this? This is all false. This is lies. Nicola's reaction is like, what? I was drinking an espresso while reading the paper and suddenly had a coughing
いや
fit.
いや、これはあまり笑い事じゃないかな。
Yeah, I'm sorry. This was not brought up in Gil's route. What is this? Okay, we're moving on from that. Okay, now I skip these other two. No, skip them. Man, I'm going this far into Gil's route and I'm not even gonna end up with him. Like, I feel like the chemistry was already there at this point, and I'm just gonna be like, peace. You know, maybe this explains why Gil felt like so much of a bro to me. Is that, oh, this is new dialogue, is maybe because of the fact that you can just jump to the other route. Julia muttered as if she remembered something. Hey, that's not how you spell her name. A child who didn't like it, she brought us a drink or something. When I asked the question, it seemed Leo was curious as well, and I couldn't see him lean forward.
カポ？それともニコラさんとか。
レオは知らないでしょうね。その子はずっと昔にこの屋敷にいた子ですから。
The director lived in the Falzone. That's my wild guess I'm thrown out there.
甘いものがあまり好きじゃなかったのか、それともミルクが苦手だったのか、あの子のことはよくわかりません。話す機会もあまりなくて、私も当時は奥様好きのメイドでしたし、屋敷全体には目が配れなかったから。
I mean, that's my wild guess because you gotta wonder why this is dialogue that's specific to this route.
だけど不思議と覚えているんです。あの子がよくホットミルクに文句を言っていたことだけは。
Julia appeared nostalgic, with a gaze that looked out into the distance. But for someone who is reminiscing about old times, I felt a sense of darkness.
みんなで仲良く。
Okay, but later. What? I'm still getting that picture, and I'm not I'm not gonna end up with him? This is crazy. Oh, that one went automatically. Hello.
先日新しいルーレット台を買いまして。
Good for you. My god, another roulette table.
新しいものは想像以上に使い勝手がよく、これで少しいたずらもしやすくなりました。
On the floor of the director's room was a man tied up and unable to move. Ah, so he's not just like horrified at the fact that there's a new roulette table. A muffled voice escaped from the gag in his mouth.
古い台を取っておくべきかどうか少しばかり悩みましたが、やはりかさばりますからね。残しておいても邪魔になるだけでしょう。もし適当に捨てて細工など露見すれば困ってしまいますし、廃棄物の処分はきっちりしなければ。
Oh.
手が汚れてしまった。
Oh.
洗わなければ。
What was that about? Oh, now Yang is gonna read the paper. Former member exposes Yang of the Laoshu. Women abused daily, casualties rise. Is that really a lie though? Like, it seems like there's lies being spread about each one of the mafias. However, the Laoshu is involved in some trafficking. So, I don't know that that one is really a lie. Former member exposes Yang of the Laoshu. Ruthless and evil, kills even his own men. Okay, I like how the one from Dante and Gil are total lies. And then Yang's just like, well, yeah, that's true. I mean, Yang probably doesn't want to getting out, but that's true.
と書かれているわけですが、ヤン。
They seem to really know you.
本当のことばかりだから怒れないね。
I'm really upset we didn't get to see Dante's reaction to what was posted in the paper about him.
嘘もある。
どれどれ？
Yeah, where? What lies? Yang pointed out a headline with his pipe.
ヤンの女遊びが激しい話？これ
The
嘘なの？
trafficking. The trafficking.
合意なしに襲うほど女に困っていない。
I don't think they consented to the trafficking.
ああ、なるほどね。
それでヤン、どうするつもりです？ラオ州を貶める記事を書いた連中を野放しにはできないでしょう。
Yang grinned wickedly.
何を考えているのか。
Who knows? I couldn't figure out his intentions at all. Man. Back to skipping? Like, this is a weird start to the route. We're on chapter 4 already? We've skipped so much. It's because you look so excited, Gil. Ah. Now I'm diverging into the wrong answer. It's because you look so excited, Gil. I guess you drew me in.
そんなに浮かれてたか、俺。
Because if I remember correctly, he like blushes to the other response. We can't have him getting attached.
ああ、間違いなく浮かれていた。
Haha.
ああ、そうか。付き合ってくれて。
Gil laughed a little awkwardly. He seemed a bit more childish than usual. And away we go. Oh, okay, so I'm at the church saying hi to Sister Sophia. I'm sure Sister Sophia knows more about the Key Maiden than I do. Maybe I can try to get more information. Okay, I need to ask her. I'm gonna hold that on so I know when it's done being new stuff. Since this concerns me, I want to know as much as I can. Sister Sophia, do you mind? I'd like to ask for as much information you can tell me about the Key Maiden. It can be anything.
私が知っていることも多くありません。ファルツォーネは鍵の乙女について慎重に秘匿していましたから。ですが、先代の鍵の乙女もこのブルローネにいたことは知っています。
Okay, we never really hear about the previous ones. I see.
彼女が鍵の乙女だということは、あなたと同じように伏せられていました。それに、彼女は教会ではなく、ファルツォーネの屋敷で保護されていたので、
Who Marco was talking about then?
私が彼女に会う機会は、日曜のミサくらいしかありませんでした。
Where is she now? Sophia looked pained, and she gripped both my hands tightly and muttered.
彼女はもういません。
I mean, it's gotta be Marco talking about someone before Lily was born, protected by the mafia, and died. Oh. I felt something move inside my heart and asked in a shaky voice. The Falzone couldn't protect her?
詳しいことは私も知りません。鍵の乙女が背負わされたものは、私の想像以上に大きいということです。このまずとも多くの人の命運を巻き込み、時として自分さえ悲劇に追い込んでしまう。ですが、それでもあなたの意志によって切り開かれるものがあると私は思います。
I can open the door to Jesus.
あなたの行動が何かを変えることもあるでしょう。誰かを救うことも。
As I've seen through the multiple routes.
不安なことも多いでしょうが、どうか 自分を信じてくださいね。
I could save someone. Could I possibly do such a
あ
thing?
なたは鍵の乙女という宿命を背負わされました。あなたは主からその使命を預けられるにふさわしい女性に育ったと胸を張ってください。どうか自分を信じて。
Thank you, Sister Sophia. She looked at me with overflowing compassion. I nodded slowly. We run into the director here. I wonder if this is going to be where we shift?
お待ちください、レッドフォード様。
Okay. This is new.
お帰りになるのでしたらこちらへどうぞ。まだ監禁が済んでおりませんので。
監禁？
ええ、先ほどのゲーム、あちらのお客様は全てのチップをかけられました。運命の車輪が回り、女神が微笑んだのはレッドフォード様。ですので、あちらのテーブル上のチップは全てレッドフォード様のもの。
ああ、いらねえ。ギャンブルで金を儲けるってのは趣味じゃねえしな。
いえいえ、そうは参りません。
The director stood in front of Gil with theatrical gestures. Gesturing around. Oh, no, no!
あなた様に受け取っていただかなければ我々カジノが困ってしまいます。ご理解ください。名のあるお方にこそルールは守っていただかなくては。
仕方ねえな。監禁にどれくらいかかる？
ありがとうございます、レッドフォード様。あの量のチップですから即座にとは参りませんが、他ならぬあなた様がお待ちなのですからできるだけ急がせましょう。
30分だ。それ以上かかるようなら帰らせてくれ。後で代理をよこす。
いえいえ、15分もいただければ何とかいたします。
Okay, so we're sticking around here this time.
わかった。リリー、あんたは俺と。
レッドフォード様。
The director interrupted with a respectful bow and continued with the utmost courtesy.
差し出がましいようですが一つだけ。金銭の話をする席にご婦人をお連れするのは少々礼節に欠けた行為かと。
I don't mind.
いけません。これはレッドフォード様のご名誉に関わる事柄なのですから。
Oh,
監禁所にはぜひレッドフォード様お一人でいらしてください。その間シニョリーナのお相手は私めが。
okay. Gil, please, let me. Gil fell silent, and I timidly spoke up. Gil, I'll be waiting here. With Secret Boy. Director, the exchange is over that way, right?
ええ、そうです。
Then I can see you from here, so I think it'll be okay. The director will stay with me, so I'll just wait for you to get back. After staring at me smiling for a while, Gil nodded reluctantly.
わかった。もし何かあったら飛んでくるからな。
Thank you, Gil. Gil allowed the casino staff to guide him over to the cashier. I told Gil I would be fine, but to be honest, I was nervous to be left alone in an unfamiliar place. And I don't know much about the director. Well, he's a secret boy. This is the second time I'd seen him, and the first time I'd ever spoken to him. I glanced at him, but couldn't discern his expression from behind his mask. If the casino is involved in counterfeiting, maybe the director is also...
お顔の色が優れませんね、シニョリーナ。
You think so?
ええ、わかりますとも。レッドフォード様のおそばにいては気苦労が絶えないでしょう。
I was unable to respond to his sudden words. He continued on as if he was reading a poem.
運命の輪が回り出す先は車軸次第。軸が折れてしまえば物語も終焉を迎える。自由とは耳に優しい響きを持ちますが、だからこそ取りこぼしやすいもの。
I don't understand what you mean.
私はご忠告申し上げているのです。淑女はご自身の身を可愛がる術を覚えても良いのではないか。
その女性から離れろ、ディレットーレ。
Oh, Roberto. I was like, that really sounds familiar. but you're not one of the main boys. Roberto, back off, okay? I'm here with this secret boy. Roberto suddenly appeared and stepped between us as if to protect me. As he did, he glared at the director. Director exaggeratedly, I don't know why that was hard to say, slumped his shoulders with a heavy sigh.
困りました。私はレッドフォード様に彼女のお相手をすると約束したのですが。
Yeah, Roberto, you're ruining the moment. Go away.
相手？それなら俺がする。
No!
お前はいらない。早く立ち去れ。
I don't want your company.
レッドフォード様とのお約束を破るのは大変気が引けるのですが。
No, please stay.
死刑の方のお言葉に無力な一般市民である私が逆らうことなどできません。
Oh man! Director smiled at me and gave an elegant
名
bow.
残惜しいですが、ここで失礼いたします。ごきげんよう、シニョリーナ。
Man! Way to ruin the moment, Roberto. Don't look at me like that. I know you're probably looking at him like that, but now I'm looking at you like that. Roberto glared at his back as he walked off and muttered, Well, I'm glaring at you.
あの男に気を許すな。
I'm gonna. Him? Do you mean the director? Do you know something about him?
ここはただのカジノじゃない。意図的に情報が隠されている。よほどの権力者が背後にいるみたいだな。
A powerful person? Like a government official?
さあな。だが、このカジノが相当の機密を抱えているのはおそらく事実だ。ディレットーレの素性も洗ってみた。本名はセバスティアーノ・ガリエ。
I get the feeling that's a fake name, though.
ローマ出身、名門ガリエ家の子息だ。経歴に怪しいところはない。だが、
is that true, though? Because, I mean, he's got an entire disguise on.
ガリエ家の人間はすでに彼しかいない。
What do you mean?
ガリエ家の人間は10年前に屋敷の消失や事故によってほとんどが死去してい
Did he
る。
kill them all?
生存者はあの男だけ。これは異常だ。
But there must have been some kind of investigation back then. Since he's still here today, it must mean nothing came of it, right?
ただ不幸な偶然が重なっただけならそれでいい。だが、
Roberto looked very stern, and I asked, Roberto, why did you share such important information with me? He fell silent. He seemed troubled and looked away from me.
犯罪者に協力するつもりはない。だが、お前
No,
は
I'm
マ
not.
フィアじゃないだろう。
He spoke matter-of-factly, and just then, Gil returned to me.
いたのか、ロベルト。見回りか。
こんなところに彼女を連れてくるな。
Well, too late. Roberto spat the words out at Gil and walked off without looking at his face.
なあ、ロベルトと何を話してたんだ？あいつがディレットーレを追い払うとこは向こうからも見えてたんだが。
I know, he ruined the moment. Roberto seems to be doing his own investigation about the director. Gil casually looked around him, then gestured to me.
話の続きは落ち着いてからだな。
Right. We decided to leave the casino, where many ladies and gentlemen were still enjoying themselves. And back to skipping. Oh, okay. There's nothing in the guide about skipping this, so... She spoke to the man in front of the casino. After exchanging grave looks throughout their conversation, the two got in their car. Watching the car drive off, I thought about
彼
it.
女は分かっていないのか。
What?
一度話をしておいた方がいいのかもしれない。
Do you mean have a conversation with me as your other self, you know, that I've talked with before? Oh, another paper. Visconti to go under. Visconti to go under. Gilbert Redford under probation. Gambles daily. Lavish life using civilian money.
たく、好き勝手書いてくれるな。
頭が痛い話だ。
Gilbert tossed the newspaper aside as I reported my findings to
この
him.
新聞はラスタンパ社による号外という体裁をとっているが、 確認を取ったとこ
Did
ろ
you see what they said about
こんな
Dante?
号外は発行していないと言っていた。今回もそしてギルバートの逮捕直後にうちの中傷記事を載せた号もファルツォーネ、ラオ州を中傷する記事もラスタンパによるものではない、だというのにどこで印刷しているのか。毎日のように新聞がすられと
The design of the newspaper had been replicated. Most people wouldn't be able to tell that these papers weren't official.
冷
Oh.
静に考えれば当然だな。ラスタンパはブルローネから遠く離れたトリノにある。いかにこの町が交易都市として名高くとも情勢をいちいち取り上げるほどではない。
But the citizens were worried now. They may have thought the news was fake at the start, but after seeing it repeated, their view seemed to have changed. That maybe the newspaper was right. Making matters worse was that it was published by a respected press
根
company.
も葉もない嘘を書き立てることがどれだけ簡単だとしても
Yeah, I remember a few videos back when I was like, sorry if the screen zoomed in, a notification popped up. Yeah, well, it happened again.
嘘を嘘だと証明するのは難しい。状況は私たちに不利だ、ギルバート。
向こうは俺たちをブルローネのマフィアを徹底的に潰したいわけか。
Gil gave a determined smile. His eyes were filled with spirit.
俺たちの名誉を汚した連中には相応の報復をしてやらねえとな。
Okay. So, has it changed yet? I think I'm gonna say I'm probably on his route now. Okay, yeah, I just saved, and the picture now, instead of Gilbert when you save, it's Lily. So I think we're all in new stuff now. This is normally where I end videos for like how long I've been recording, but I feel like there's gonna be a lot cut out because I skipped a ton of stuff. So let's do a little bit more. Oh, I did not read that line. It's fine. It was on the screen. You saw it. Gil and I visited the church in Arca. Sister Sophia.
まあ、リリー、よく来ましたね。
I came here today to ask you for a favor. Do you have a moment to talk?
ええ、構いませんが。
We moved to another room, and I immediately got straight to the point. Sister Sophia, would you be able to lend the church to Gil to use as a meeting place? Gil was in front of the church right now. He likely assumed his presence would add unnecessary pressure to the request. I couldn't give her the details. I somehow explained with the little I could share, and Sister Sophia nodded in
わ
silence.
かりました。聖堂の鍵をあなたに預けましょう。必要な夜にお使いなさい。
Thank you, Sister Sophia.
困窮し、助けを求めている者には手を貸さなくては、きっと主もそうお望みになります。
I verified with her what time we could use the church so we wouldn't disturb anyone. After that, Sister Sophia told me to take good care of the church and left the room. I better let Gil know right away. I was just about to leave the room when, is he gonna be outside? I suddenly noticed something outside. Isn't that guy whose name I don't know? I looked out of the window and down into the garden and saw a familiar figure. He's that guy I still don't know the name of. Yeah. Okay. So that's what the director was referring to. He was like, maybe I should like talk to her or whatever he said. As him. It's quite the disguise he's got. It really does change his appearance quite a bit. It's the person who came for a walk in the morning back when I was living here. He doesn't seem to look well. After pondering what to do, I'd better check to see. Something didn't feel right. I can at least say hello and ask his name. I hurriedly made my way to the garden. I breathed a sigh of relief, seeing the person still there. Excuse me. Buongiorno. Have you come to pray?
あ
You don't look so
あ
good.
最近忙しくて。それより今日君に会えるとは思わなかったよ。
Huh?
君はここを離れているようだったから、ずっと留守にしていたのだろ。
Why, yes. How did you know? Did you come to see me? He simply smiled. I decided to continue the conversation.
なんだい
He tilted his head, waiting for my response. Why was that so hard to say? I'm gonna be truthful. I'm with the Visconti now. I'm actually living with the Visconti now for personal reasons. He seemed quite surprised. It's a long story, but when I was in trouble, Senor Redford came to rescue me. So I'm sort of helping them out now in whatever way I can. I was about to continue telling him that I wouldn't be around church very often now, but... What is it? Why are you so sad? I decided not to continue, seeing his frown. This was the first time I'd seen him look so irritated. Did he really not know that I was living there? Or was he just putting on an act? Did I say something I shouldn't have?
最近街の治安があまり良くない。君も感じているだろう。
Yes.
ブルローネはもともと特殊な場所だ。時に犯罪すら容認される街で育った君は感覚が麻痺しているのかもしれないけれど、マフィアはそもそもが犯罪組織なのだと。シニョリーナ、君のようなただの女の子がマフィアの世界に首を突っ込んでいたら死ぬよ。そのうち遠からず。
I have to wonder if this relates to like the previous key maiden that died and like Julia mentioning maybe like he was the one that lived at the Felzoni? I don't know. He suddenly spoke in a cold demeanor. I decided to choose my words wisely. I can't just let things be. But I can't leave things be. I looked into his frowning face and shared with him my thoughts. I understand that the Mafia is very dangerous. I also know that there must be something going on in Berlone that probably doesn't bode well for the town. Which is why I fully understand what you're telling me. But that's also why I can't just leave things alone.
街を正すためならマフィアの犯罪を認めてもいいと言いたいのかい？
He does not like the Mafia. No, not at all. Crime is never a good thing. That doesn't change under any circumstances. I know this may sound strange after what I told you, but I'm not helping in their criminal activities. If anything, I'm helping them for the town. Nothing more, nothing less. He looked into my eyes and quietly asked me a question.
それは君がしなければならないこと？
Huh?
考えてごらん。君はマフィアでもなければ金持ちでも権力者でもない。ただの女の子でしかない君に何ができる？君が彼らに関わっても危険にさらされるだけ。誰も幸せにはなれないだろう。
He seemed earnest in his argument. There are things I can do. Maybe there isn't anything that I have to do myself, but there is something I can do, however insignificant. As trivial as it may be, my help might assist them with moving forward.
どうしてそこまで？
I tried to think of my motive. The reason I was doing all this was people who have treated me well have gotten involved in something terrible. Isn't it natural for me to try and help someone in need? More so when my help could potentially help the town as well. I wasn't forced to help, I simply wanted to.
町のため、恩のある人のため。それは命を懸けるほどのことかい？
I could tell he understood what I was saying, but he looked like he was in pain at my words. I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to figure out why you have, like, this interest in Lily.
シニョリーナ、君は何も分かっていないよ。マフィアに関われば明日にも死にかねない。自分の身がどれだけの危険にさらされているのか。
Did he see the previous key maiden get, like, killed or something?
何度でも言うよ。何も持たない小さな君に叶えられることなど。
Is he worried about me? I looked into his dark, sullen eyes. You're right. Yes, you're right. I think what you're saying makes sense. He was making more sense than I did, but I understand more than anyone else that I can't make a huge impact. I don't have any special powers as this supposed key maiden. We looked at each other in silence. He broke the silence first.
それでも曲げないつもりなのか？
That's right. He smiled. I appreciate that you're telling me all this for the sake of my well-being, but I still wish to help them out. I can't turn a blind eye on someone if there is a chance that I can assist them.
どうかしている。
He cast down his eyes in agony.
そこまで言うなら勝手にすればいい。私も君のことを心配するのはやめる。
Somehow I get the feeling you're not going to stop worrying. His words cut deep into my heart. I felt bad for listening to his earnest, heartfelt concern. He quickly turned around to leave the premises. Oh, wait. Ask his name? I extended my arm out to stop him. Huh? He quickly stiffened with a frown on his face. His reaction caught me by surprise.
まだ。
Oh, I cut you off, I'm sorry. He was looking down at me as if I were his enemy. You probably do seem like one right now if you're helping the Mafia, because he does not like the Mafia. I hesitantly asked for his name. Thank you, finally! Would you tell me your name?
君とはもう会うこともないだろう。
That's not true. This
名
is
を
your route.
伝えることに意味があるとは思えない。
The words he spoke were cold and heartless. I really want to know. Please tell me your name so I can stop calling you director. I'd really like to get your name. Because you were worried about me, so... It wasn't surprising to see someone recoil from me as soon as they discovered I was associated with the Mafia. And yet, he had boldly tried to convince me. I really want to know who you are, especially if we don't see each other again. So, if it isn't too much trouble, I'd like to know your name. Hearing my earnest request, he gave a sigh. After a moment of silence, he finally spoke.
Andy.
Oh! Henry. He said that weird though, didn't he? Is it just Henry? I can never remember what the log button is.
Andy.
Maybe it's just because it's Japanese he's saying it like that. For right now I'm gonna say Henry. And with that, he quietly turned around and departed the grounds. He said Henry, but that looks like Henry. But maybe the H is silent. I'll look into it. Because the video's... Or I'm probably going to record the next one before. Just the way my recording schedule works out. I usually record the next video, like, right before the previous one goes up. So, yeah, I won't have time for you guys to let me know. Oh, I mumbled his name as I stood there watching him walk away. Meanwhile, pace. Oh, that's it. It's the beginning of something. I mumbled his... Oh, I said that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and end today's video here then. What a weird start to the route. I actually don't know how long this video is going to end up being. It was gonna be too long, too short, just because I had to skip so much like dialogue. There was a lot of repeat, like literally the first 4 chapters, with the few exceptions I showed you, are the exact same as the first 4 chapters of Gil's route. It is interesting, but I'm like, wow, Secret Boy route might not take as long as the other routes just because we're already on chapter 5. I guess I get why they're doing that if they want, you know, the scenario to be the same as Gil's routes with everything that was going on. However, I do feel kind of bad for him if that's the case. Like, he gets gypped out of the first 4 chapters of his route pretty much because he barely got any content of just him, but I am enjoying it so far. It's very interesting and I'm so intrigued by Henry. Is that how we're saying it? Again, I'm just gonna call him Henry for now. I'll look into it. I'm very intrigued by him and why he's got this alternate, I guess, I don't want to say personality. That makes it sound like he's got a split personality when he doesn't, but alter ego, like, he has his director persona, and then which is a disguise, and then he has what is really his true self. And he said his name, which is not the Sebastiano name or whatever. And I'm like, did he kill those people so he could take that identity and like live as the director? And then he can also go out as his true self? And what is all this going on with Julia mentioning someone living at the Felzone, and because she mentioned it in only this route and not Gil's, I'm like, is that the director? And we keep talking about the previous key maiden that died. Did he he see her die, and that's why it like plays into why he's anti-mafia and why he, you know, he does seem to have interest in Lily here. For what reason? Because when we left the casino, he thought, oh, she doesn't know, I should go talk to her again, and he wanted to go on that walk with us. So yeah, I'm very interested though. I'm liking him a lot so far. I do think it's really funny looking back now, knowing that the director is Secret Boy. And pretty much immediately, once the director was introduced way back when, in the beginning of this game, that I was pretty much like, oh my god, I like the director, he's weird. Every time he would show up, I'd be like, I like him. And I'd also say, whoever the Secret Boy is, I'm so intrigued. I think I'm really gonna like them, and they're gonna be the only character that comes close to Dante for me. And then to find out that they're the same person is really funny. Like, both versions of him, I was like, I like him. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this roller coaster of a first video. It's probably more of a roller coaster for me, because I had to live through all the skipping, but you guys were also getting, I feel like, jostled all around with whiplash, being like, we're here, now we're here, now we're here. But I hope you guys are excited to continue on with this final secret route. I know I am beyond hyped. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!